the Fukushima Daiichi nuclear plant have another problem on their hands. Officials with Tokyo Electric Power Company say the levels of radioactivity more than 300 tons of highly radioactive water leaked last month out of the storage tank. The water's contents seem to be too acidic. Managers have assigned more monitors to check for radioactive materials.
I speak unto thee this day, and I say that I've spoken it. I say it is written, and now I will declare it again unto thee, that you are meant to be absolutely mine. That is, you are not meant to be owned by any other person before me. That is, where they have the first preference over thee. But I say it is me, the living God, and me alone, who is meant to be first with thee, the one you are meant to seek, to please, to serve, and obey. That is, you are not meant to please yourself, you are not meant to please your loved ones, but I say you are meant to be pleasing me. That is, in the sense that you know, understand, and realize that you are meant to put me as the preeminent, the dominating, the ruling king. That is, you are meant to know and understand that I am the one who is meant to have first rule over thee. That is, in your life you are meant to put everything before me and bow unto me. That is, you are meant to know, understand, and realize that it is with me you are meant to have the preeminent relationship in your life. Now I say you are living in a time when men through self-interest have put every other thing before me. And I say they think somehow that I, the living God, am pleased to trail along behind licking up the crumbs. But I say they are fools who are distanced from me and therefore live according to their imagination. That is, that they may do as they please, with whom they please, and how they please, and I am obligated to them. But I say that is misconception. They are not worthy of me if they treat me in such a way. Now I say there are multitudes who claim they love me, claim they serve me, yet I say they do not obey. And I say they get by with disobedience to the extent that they have no problems in their lives. But I say when the problems arise and they cry out unto me, I say that I treat them as they have treated me. That is, I keep them far from me in a distance, because it is not me that they've served. I say they have served a multitude of other masters, other gods, and yes, they have loved it so. And I say they have put a multitude of other things before me, serving the same. And I say because they have chosen to serve other lovers other than me, I say when they meet their hour of great need and they cry to me, I say that I will not hear them when they cry. And I say they can cry and cry and cry unto their idols, their lovers, that they put before me. And I say it is because I was meant to be the owner of them, and they refuse to yield it to me. That is, they refuse to yield their lives, they refuse to yield their strength, they refuse to yield their love. So therefore I say they may think they sit on top of the world, they may think that I, the living God, am crazy about them, but they deceive themselves. And I say in the hour of their need they will find out that it is not me that they serve at all. And I say they will likewise find out that all of their gods that they have chosen above me can do absolutely nothing for them. Now I say this day that I, the living God, do not call thee to serve a multitude of other gods, other lovers, other idols, and think somehow you are fine with me. But I say that I call thee to be serving me with all of your heart, with all of your strength, with all of your might. And I say that I call thee to be thankful that you can indeed be guided, directed, corrected, and instructed by me. For I say when it is me that you look to, when it is me that you will believe in and trust and obey, then you are ever guided in my way. But I say when you look to other lovers, other gods before me, then I say that you end in a ditch. Now I say this day that I, the living God, am not mocked, nor am I deceived by any of the antics of carnality that men will try against me. For I say I know exactly who it is that will love me and serve me and obey me and come forth in my way. And I say that I know exactly who it is who will walk uprightly, being ever directed, corrected, and guided forth by me. For I say it is through me, the living God, that you are given the truth, the light, the mercy, the hope, and the peace of who I am. Now I say, therefore, this day, be quick to obey, be quick to serve, be quick to bow down. That is, do not put anyone above me, and make the same your God. For I say you can indeed be loving yourself, loving others more than you are loving me, and in so doing you are counted unworthy of me. For I say that the ones who are worthy of me are the ones who will love me with all of their hearts, with all of their strength, with all of their might. Now I say, therefore, this day, be quick to receive, be quick to perceive, be quick to come forth in me. That is, be quick to come forth in the truth, the light, the strength that I give to thee every single day. And I say, be quick to be walking in that which I, the living God, do intend, that which I purpose for thee, ever thankful for my way. For I say, when it is me that you look to, believe in, and trust, when it is me that you will follow after and seek to please, what shall you find? You shall find that I am indeed the one true God who does give to thee direction, correction, and light in your life. Therefore I say, continue as a steadfast people, that is, continue to follow me. That is, do not love me for a time and a season, then let other gods creep in and erode away. For I say, when you put anything, anybody above me, then I say you lose out with me. For I say you are meant to keep me as the Lord of your life all of your days, ever seeking to be pleasing me. Now I say, in the days that you are in, that men have gone a-whoring, women have estranged themselves from me by serving other gods. And I say, because they have grown so used to their idolatry, they imagine within themselves they are serving me, but I say that it is not true. For I say they are serving deception of their own conception, and I say they are loving it so. And I say it is because they have turned away from me and taken up other gods, other lovers, and are bowing to the same. Now I say this day that I, the living God, do not find pleasure in those who are serving a multitude of other gods, and yet somehow they imagine they are serving me. For I say, when you bow to the gods of the heathen, when you bow to the god of self, when you bow to the god of family, friends, and loved ones, what do? I say you bow to those things that will take your heart far from me, to whereby you will seek to please those gods and not be pleasing me. Now I say, consider that none of those gods has saved thee, none of those gods has paid the ransom for thee. And I say, when you allow those fleshly attachments, or even the adoration and worship of yourself to gain the preeminence in your life, then I say you are not owned of me. And I say, if you are not owned of me, that is, seeking me as the only God of your life, then I say you are not worthy of me. For I say, when you choose to bow down and prefer any other God above me, then I say you prove you are indeed a whore upon me. That is, a whore in the sense that you no longer love me as the one true God, the one true lover of your life. Now I say this day, I'm not declaring that you cannot have attachments in this life, but you cannot put them before me. And I say you must ever seek to please me and me alone above any other. And I say, in this generation, beware most of all the god of self, for I say it is indeed the devouring force. And I say it is indeed the greatest idol in the land that men have bowed unto. For I say there are multitudes who started out to love me, to serve me, to obey me, and come forth in my way. But I say, because they gave themselves to the love of self, I say now they are completely ruled by the same. Now I say this day that I, the living God, do not call thee to be ruled by self, to be loving self, to be bowing unto self. But I say that I call thee to be directed, corrected, and guided forth by me, the one true God who is able. For I say, if it is me that you seek to please, to obey, and follow after, then you are brought forth in my life. But I say, if you are serving the god of self, you are serving the very thing that will lead you to your own damnation. For I say that the god of self is indeed a sottish, cruel, and oppressive ruler who desires to strip you of my life. And I say that self will be ever consuming, devouring, and destroying, seeking to take you back into the bondage of sin. For I say, when you expend yourself to please the god of self, what is it that you prove? You prove you are in a vicious cycle from which there is no escape other than by serving me. For I say, when a man will give way to the love of self, to the worship of self, and to pleasing self, he will find there is no end to the same. That is, he will be ever bound in the bondage, the oppression, the darkness of self, and there he remains. But I say, when a man will come forth ever seeking to please me, to walk uprightly in me, and be directed by me, then I say that he is indeed well-pleasing unto me. And I say it is because he has chosen the right way, the way that is truth and life. Now I say this day that I, the living God, do not call thee to bow to the god of self, to worship the same, and be overwhelmed. But I say that I call thee to be bowing unto me, to be coming forth in the truth, the light, the strength that I provide. And I say that I call thee to be ever thankful for the privilege to come forth in me, to be directed, corrected, and ever guided in me. And I say that I call thee to be thankful that indeed you can be purposed in that which I give thee, which is the truth, the light, the mercy, the peace, and the hope that I provide. Now I say, therefore, this day do not be as the foolish who turn away from me, who go a-whoring after the ways of the heathen, or even go a-whoring after their own lust. That is, they turn themselves over to the lust of the flesh, the pride of life, and then they are ruled by the same. For I say that I, the living God, never called thee to be ruled by a multitude of other lovers, other gods in your life. But I say that I've called thee to serve me, to love me with all that you have, because it is me you are meant to please. Now I say this day that I, the living God, will give to thee the truth, the light, the mercy, the strength, and the hope, if you will but continue believing, trusting, and looking unto me. For I say it is me, the living God, who is indeed thy life source. It is me, the living God, who is indeed the hope, the peace, the strength, the glory provided for thee. And I say, if you are coming forth in the way that I give thee, then you are ever directed by me. And I say, if you are coming forth in the way that I purpose, then you are indeed strengthened, uplifted, directed, and guided in the blessedness, the truth that I provide. Now I say this day it is useless, it is senseless to walk in any other way and be bowing to the same. That is, to be serving a multitude of other gods and think somehow you can be contented in that. But I say, when you will be contenting yourself to serve me as the preeminent, the one who is owning thee, then I say it is me, the living God, who will indeed be hearing you when you cry. And I say, if you meet your great hour of need, you will find that it is me, the living God, who is ever present unto thee. Now I say, this day do not look for entertainments, diversions, recreations that take your heart far from me. But I say, instead be looking unto me as the one who is thy life source, the one who is the provision unto thee, the one who will direct thee in life. And I say, be looking unto me as the one who is omnipresent, to give to thee the truth and the light upon the path. For I say, it is me alone that you are meant to please, to serve, to obey, and follow after, for I direct thee in life. Now I say, this day do not be weary in serving me, but I say, count it a privilege to come forth each day directed by me. And I say, count it a privilege to be pleasing me, the one you are meant to love as the first and foremost love of your life. And I say, if you will keep your relationship clean and pure with me, then you will be satisfying me. But I say, if you turn to any other God, any other lover, you prove you are not worthy of me. I say, this day do not take up the gods of the heathen, do not take up the god of self, and be broken off from me. But I say, continue to abide in me, and I say that you will be well-pleasing unto me, and I will hear you when you pray, when you cry unto me. I say, give thanks and praise.